Good evening, everyone. How are you guys doing tonight? We are back with another episode of Living the Dream in Portia. We're going to have a good time with it tonight. We're going to try and finish out building the bridge to Amber Island and build up our workshop some more. Looks like we have a little bit of a stream problem. Let me see if we can't fix that. Video is just not quite... I think we're going to have to bring the stream down for just a second for this, and then we'll be right... And we're back. Alright, here we go. Still showing us as offline. I'm not sure what that's about. So let's see what's going on here. Is the stream working for you guys? Can anybody see it? Go ahead and get ready to load back in just in case. Let's try we're gonna try restarting. All right, here we go. We are live now. Hopefully this is we're back to business here. Let's go ahead and restart this. All right, so our plan for today is to build the bridge to Amber Island, build up our workshop some more, and hopefully have a good time with it while we go. Now, last time we were focused on building our bronze tools, getting set up. We did a little bit of fishing and found that we had some fish that are worth a ton of money. So we'll sell those off here today on Friday if the price is right. But otherwise, we've got some charcoal for a commerce commission. And otherwise, I think we want to be working on... Let's see. We have a cutter going. I think we probably want to be working on a second cutter. So let's go ahead and get some stone bricks going. And then otherwise, we will just sort of keep the bronze and copper churning out, because we'll be using a lot of that in the coming days. Now, early on, if you're looking to be as efficient as possible, you want to be getting as many of these crafting stations set up and running in order to maximize your efficiency. So let's head on over to Preston's. Or, sorry, Higgins, not Preston's. Higgins, and steal from him. See if he has any copper or bronze bars for us today. He does. He has a copper bar. Steal that. And then from here, let's see what we can't do with this fish. Bakery. Martha's Bakery only has 3,090, and it is. We'll hold on. We don't need any more money than we have right now, so we'll just hold on to our fish and use it if we need it a little bit later.
Hi, you were probably...
So we have a commerce commission for Martha.
Hi.
And we'll chat with Martha as well.
Goodbye.
It's good to chat with people as you meet them.
See you.
Each person has a set of perks that they give if you're friends with them. And so by chatting with them as we go, we build those friendships, and it makes it a lot easier later in the game when we're ready to sort of take advantage of those perks. It's much easier to push that extra little bit of relationship with them. Alright, we want to pick up a commission. So this is a Friday commission, and what that means is that there's no commissions for the next 2 days. So what we can do is we can take advantage of that, and we could take a sort of 8 charcoal again, for example, or 3 copper wire, which are pretty straightforward commissions, or we can take this bigger one. It pays a whole lot more, it gives a lot more experience and reputation points, but is much more difficult. 2 basic skivers is quite an order, but we have 3 days to do it because there are no commissions on the weekends. So we're going to go ahead and pick up a much larger commission because it's Friday. And sorry? Could be. How's the stream looking for you guys? Is it working? We had a little bit of technical difficulties right at the beginning. Should be okay now. Alright, our next step, I think, is going to be working on these bridge pieces, though. So let's see what a skiver will take. Assembly index, basic skiver. So that will take 2 bronze pipes and a marble plank. The marble plank is from the cutter, and the bronze pipes are from the grinder. So we'll need some bronze bars. We'll need, since we need to do 2 basic skivers, we'll need 8 bronze bars. 6 marble cut into 2 marble planks. We're also going to be working on our bridge, so we're going to need lots of hardwood. We're going to need a total of 10 hardwood planks, because we need 2 bridge heads, as well as 6 copper pipes. And then we'll only need 1 bridge body, so that's 15 bronze bars and 12 stone bricks. Alright, so what do we have here? We are out of hardwood, so we need to chop some more hardwood. It's easy enough. Let's go ahead and get those marble planks out of the way. We can just go ahead and set that up since we already have the marble. Let's go chop some hardwood. Take care of that requirement. Thanks for coming out. Hey, Memory. Have you been enjoying your time in Portia? You can hear the dogs wrestling in the background. Every time I try and live stream, they want to spruce up the activity for you guys and just make it a more interesting soundtrack. They're good dogs, but they are energetic. I love builder games like this. I love Stardew Valley. I've enjoyed in previous generations Harvest Moon and Rune Factory. And I like that this game sort of blends that with the resource gathering that you see in survival games like Minecraft or Terraria or even games like Ark or Rust that are a little more PvP focused. And so it sort of draws from many of the genres I enjoy playing and brings them all together. That was the wrong button. We want to go to our inventory, to our character, and invest at that point in some more experience. I'm going to try and maximize that experience gain so that we are in a good position later on. Now, this is my first time playing Portia since it came out, so there are a lot of changes from when I was last, very active playing the game during beta. And as a result, we're learning a lot of new things. We are going to need an extra 12 stone bricks, so I'm going to go ahead and expand what we're doing here. It looks like we're actually out of stones, so that should be another major resource for us to gather. How are we looking on the requirements for bronze? We have plenty of tin and copper, so we don't need to focus on gathering that. But we'll keep the furnaces cooking for those. As well as for copper. And then that is just about done. We'll go chop a couple more trees down real quick, just so we can make use of that extra little bit of time instead of standing here waiting for our furnace. Or for our... Right, I agree, Memory. That's one of the things that really makes Portia unique, is that the push towards diversifying. And if you really enjoy the farming aspects of games like this, you know, they are there. You can focus on farming, and you can focus on it very early. I think I actually have a quest right now to go gather up, or to go talk to Emily and get the schematics for basic farming equipment. But and that's something we are planning on doing potentially during the stream. Just the idea that we can build up this workshop is good. So yeah, we'll take that. Why not? Get some extra stamina back. And then let's head out to the mines to try and get some stone. We'll also try and get some data disks and some old parts. That reminds me, before we do that, let's head on down to talk to, oh, there's Sam. I should have talked to Sam. Alice.
I haven't seen...
We'll talk to Petra at the research center to get our data disks cooking on some new schematics. I think the first one we'll get is a new furnace, which is always a nice little thing, because then we can further expand our crafting. I recommend having at least 3 or 4 furnaces going at a time, and if you really want to go nuts and have more, there's nothing wrong with that.
Hi. Did you discover something new?
So we're going to give her 5 data disks.
The data corruption on the...
Now, I happen to know the first few research sets, the return on time investment for giving more data disks isn't worth it. So, for example, the first one comes back in 1 day, and it has a minimum of 1 day. So I buy anywhere from 40 to 70, just depending on how much I think I'm gonna need. It starts to give diminishing returns as it goes up, you know. So I was torn between doing the 48 and 58 there, but I decided to do the 58 because it gave 5 extra stamina. That's 3 extra swings in my axe or pick, and it's an extra cast if I decide to go fishing as well. Alright, let's come on in here. So we are going to focus on finding some relics here. So let's look around for some. And then we will just dig to those. It doesn't look like... Oh man, they're sparse right now. Maybe we'll get lucky and see some over here. There's some. Do the copper. So we're mostly focusing on mining stone here. If we incidentally get some more copper or tin, that's welcome. But we know we're going to be needing some more stone for some of these other items. Oh, and our inventory is full. That's troubling. Let's go ahead and unlock another row of inventory just so we don't have to worry about sorting things out right now. Alright, let's look for another relic. There we go. So we'll just mine our way over to that relic. Looks like we'll be getting some sand and soil here. That'll be useful because we are going to, like I said, set up some of those farming stations. It's not our biggest focus at this point, but it may be something we spend time on later. Got a monument model piece there. Quite close to another one right there. Here's some copper. You can tell what you're going to mine up by the color that you're digging through. So the more copper-colored stone here will yield copper and tin ore. And the gray stone obviously yields steel, or stone rather, and then the brown stone yields sand and soil. So we're mostly hoping to get items like this, which are actually usually crafting parts and data disks. That's kind of what we're after for. So there's some old parts and power stones there. It's a good find. I would like to get 5 more data disks ready so that the next time we, or as soon as our first research is done, we are able to expand into a second little bit as quick as we can. We're getting lots of monument model pieces though. That's cool. We are just about wrapping up in the mines for today, I think. There's another data disk and some more stone. So we'll just focus on mining down a little bit more stone. See if we can't get up over, say, 100 or so. Because we do use a lot of stone. That's one of the resources that you just burn through, and you'll never have enough. You know, no matter how much you get from mining and relic hunting, you'll never have enough. So we'll go until 7 o'clock, and then we will call it there. Just a couple more swings. Okay. Now in the ruins, I like having that skip back to the entrance so we don't have to spend too much time running back. Alright. Let's see what we have. We are... It looks like we are out of bait as well, and I believe the farm shop closes at 1700, so we won't be able to go fishing tonight, but that's okay. So let's come back here, and we were going to set up a few more of these stone bricks. Already feel that. And then let's go ahead and deposit some items. So we only have one wooden storage right now. Let's go ahead and craft a second wooden storage or two. And place those in the house. We only need one piece of wood, or one wooden storage outside, because we can actually access anything from just a single container. So we'll just go ahead and throw some of these things in here. We'll actually keep the Goliaths just in case tomorrow's a good sale day. So we don't need our monument pieces yet. We did get some nests. So early on, the nests have things like data disks in them, which make them very nice to hold on to. Eventually, the average item of, or the average value of the items in the nest is less than the price of selling nests. So once you've got to the point where you don't need the data disks anymore, I think it's better generally to sell them. Unless you're looking for the feathers or for some specific item. Especially since there are other sources of those items that are available to you. Alright, so we used up all of our regular wood when we were doing that, so let's go chop some more wood. Just to replenish those stockpiles. And we're doing a pretty good job of clearing the land around our workshop, which is fine. I believe things regrow on Mondays, if I'm remembering right. Things will regrow on Mondays. Although it may be time-based rather than it all regrowing at once. But, focus on chopping down some more trees here. And I think some of the smaller trees like these may regrow a little more frequently or a little more quickly. Always gather more medicinal herbs. Eventually we'll get into combat and we'll want to have a nice stockpile of those medicinal herbs. Those will keep us alive as we push through some of the hazardous ruins. And we are out of stamina for the day. So it is only 9:30. We can go... we'll go rest for just a few minutes. Gain back enough stamina to finish chopping down that tree. So I think we'll go until we have about 8 stamina here. And then we will head into the restaurant, try and socialize a little bit. Finish chopping down that tree and we'll call that a day there. So we're up to 6, so we'll just hang out for just a minute longer. And there we go. So sitting down or laying in your bed will restore stamina at a slower rate like that. We can use that to sort of push the last little bit.
My son Gust is nothing like me.
Alright, so there's Mayor Gale.
Hello. Oh, if it isn't the young builder.
And so we're getting one relationship point for each of these interactions here.
Hi. I like herb gathering. Sometimes.
And so it's not something that we're super keen on focusing on right now, just because we don't have the resources to give good gifts to everybody yet. But what we can do is slowly build up these relationships, 1 point at a time. And then when we are finally ready to sort of give those gifts and push those relationships, we'll have a nice head start on it, which will help.
Spend your time on task.
And we can also play
Hi. Have you ever met Gust's sister?
some games back here at the badge shop. So let's go ahead and play darts. So this costs 20 gold. And here we go. So we need to do... Oh, that was... Wow, that's baloney. There we go. 129 badges. Oh. Ended up playing a second time. It's almost hard to see on my screen. Alright, perfect score, 20 badges. We win. Make the cat happy? I don't actually know what'll make the cat happy. But I bet I can find out for you in memory. We will look. So the... milk doesn't work. I wonder if rope or string of some kind might work. Let's see what else we got here. So let's double check on our furnaces, make sure they're still good, and then we'll turn in for the night. I'm already very excited for when we are able to get a helper at the workshop, because refueling these furnaces is about the most tedious part of the game. And it just feels so good when you don't need to do that anymore. So let's go ahead and craft more copper. Keep copper going. We'll let the hardwood planks finish overnight, and that'll be that. So that is Friday for us. Alright. So here we go.
Hi. So you're the new builder in town.
So it looks...
It's a lot more. Alright. Just use some milk, golden salmon, and salt to make the creamy salmon stew.
Thank you, Doctor. Milk, golden salmon, and salt. There we go. Alright. So there is a wiki for the game. I recommend you check it out. I think if you just do a Google search for my time at Portia Wiki, you should find it. The cat likes fish, it looks like. Alright, so data disk tomorrow. So we want 5 data disks ready. When that's done, we have 4, so we'll want to spend a little time in the mines today. Or in the ruins, as it were. So we have that done. I think we need 5 bronze plates. We can get 4 of those cooking right now. And then we want to make our 2 skivers, which, as I recall, require some copper pipes rather, bronze pipes. So we'll need some more bronze bars, and then the marble planks, which we have. So we'll be waiting on some bronze to finish cooking. No, we needed 12 plus 5, 17 total. So we have 9. There is 7 more. So we'll want 1 more stone brick. And we'll leave that one going. Refuel these. And then I think we're okay there. How are we doing on wood? We have 21 wood. So we're low on wood again. That's the eternal struggle. Never enough wood. So let's head on over to this tree. One of the things we can do is these large trees give a lot of hardwood, and you can craft hardwood into regular wood. So in the very early game where you have a hard time generating enough wood, you can do that, which is a big help. And then at 9 o'clock, the Commerce Guild opens, and I'm not sure if we're able to do inspections there or not yet. We'll have to see. That might only come after you've achieved a certain ranking where you're able to actually go into the Commerce Guild and do those. You guys see that? That llama looked at me funny. Had to adjust my stream screen so that I could see if you guys were chatting or not. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Hopefully you're enjoying it. If you guys have any ideas for things we can be doing better in the game or want to see, just let me know. Finish chopping down this tree that we started yesterday, and then I think we'll head back. Well, actually, let's head into town and buy our stamina from the restaurant. So we'll eat at the restaurant, and then we'll head back home, drop off some of our loots, and head into the mines to try and get some more data discs, and see where we're at from there. So we will take 46. That gives us 70. That's good enough. We'll just do that. Talk to Django real quick.
The sun is out and the air is crisp.
Right, let's head on over to the Commerce Guild, see if we can't participate in the inspections. I've always struggled with the inspections. I hope we're able to do it, and maybe you guys will be able to help out if they're tough. It doesn't look like they're here, though.
Hello. When I was your age.
So that's
Hi.
that's a shame.
I think I can count on your work.
What do we have here? Guidebook? Okay, so we know about that. It's upstairs. They changed it at all? Doesn't look like. So normally on the weekends there are tables over here with items that we can inspect. No commissions on the weekends. Hopefully we'll be able to get into that soon. Maybe next weekend. Alright, let's we were gonna head back to our house. While we're here, we'll actually jump out on this ledge and open this chest. Just pick up a little more loots. Salad sauce. Always love salad sauce. So we should be able to sort all. And then, okay, so that's good. I did not remember to check the pricing on items today, so let's go see if it's a good day to sell our fish. And then we may finish out the night doing a little bit more fishing. 83, still a low market price day. So the market price fluctuates. I've seen it as low as 75 and as high as 125. I've heard people say that it can go from 70 to 130, but I don't think I've ever seen it outside that 75 to 125 range. And that modifies the price of everything you buy or sell. So you have the opportunity to hold on to valuable items. So last time we caught that kingfish, king salmon. Let's see if we can go over here maybe this time. Some of these items. It is just slim pickings in these mines today. There we go. Just had to get down a little ways. So we can save that 5,000 gold fish, and if we sold it today at 83%, we would only get a bit over 4,000 gold for it because it's modified to only be worth 83% of its base value. If we wait until a 120% day, then we'll get 6,000 gold. So almost 1.5 times what we'd be getting if we sold it today. And that's the value of waiting there and having patience, which is a good idea in real life as well. You know, patience is famously said to be the difference between a well-to-do person and someone who just gets by if they have the same basic means. I think Warren Buffett said that. Let's go. Another monument piece there. Oh, we've got a couple of these right here. We'll get lucky and get some more data discs. We're getting lots of sand and soil, which is not something I'm particularly keen on getting a ton of, but at least not at this point. But if it's what we get, it's what we get. And I noticed there was another one back here. I found the easiest way to get to these is just to place your targeting cursor right over whatever it is you're mining for or towards, and just go nuts. An old talker piece there. Got a couple down there. I think we'll mine out to 1, maybe 2 more of these, depending on how close that second one is, and then that'll be it for the mines today. I think we got the data discs we came for. A little bit extra stone, a little bit extra copper are always welcome, of course. And we certainly aren't going to say no to them. But, yeah, this one's so close, we'll just go ahead and mine over right to it. But we don't want to spend all day in the mines. We have other things we want to be focusing on today as well. One of the things is I want to go talk to Emily, see if I can't actually get the schematics for the farm, the planter boxes, and be able to start farming. Let's head on over here. And then we also want to buy some more bait so that we can go fishing again. Because that is such a profitable activity, it's hard to pass up. If you have a little bit of stamina left at the end of the day, you can do quite well. Buy some bait. It's a good day to buy because it's a low value day, so we can buy a lot of bait. We could buy, say, let's just buy it all. Why not? Let's sell some of these other items that we're just holding on to. We'll sell one of our fish. Hold on to the other two. We don't ever want to be completely broke, but especially if we're going fishing, we'll be doing just fine for the sort of basic day-to-day expenses for the time being. We are going to want to probably pretty soon spend the 1,500 gold to expand our workshop, just so we have a little bit more territory to work with there. So let's head back, check on our workshop one more time. Let's get, make sure that we have plenty of fuel in our furnaces so that they can keep cooking while we're away. Brick, we don't need to craft anymore, but we will refuel it. It looks like our bronze plates are done. I believe we need 1 more bronze plate. We only could do 4 of the 5 we needed right there. And then we'll go ahead and unload some of these things, so we can actually click over to some of the items that we had, or some of the storage chests we'd place in the house and place these items there, so that we have them later when we need them. Alright, so I think we're okay. But it does look like we must have given away our fishing rod to Chiwa for the quest, so we will go ahead and have to gather enough silk to make a second fishing rod now. Which is easy enough. Pick a tree until it comes. The wild cocoons come from the very large trees. Looks like we did get 2 there, so we're in a good spot. So, We'll go craft this fishing rod real quick. Just a basic rod for now. And then we will be able to unload. Let's see what we want here. It's Carol. We are going to look a little bit for Emily. Let's check our map. Looks like fishing spot next to the bridge to Amber Island. So we have a fair number of people in town. Still not seeing Emily, though. There's one person at the farm store, one person at McDonald's. No Emily. So we'll pass through town, see if we don't see her, so we can try and pick up that quest for farming. And, you know, if it doesn't happen today, it doesn't happen today. And that's alright. See her in town. She'll be down by the water. Be able to catch a glimpse as we run. There are a few people down here, but no Emily. Alright, let's head on out to our favorite fishing spot out by the waterfall then. And fish the night away. Or at least until we run out of stamina. Fishing is definitely the best way to make money early in the game, so if you're looking to grow in that regard, it's hands down far and away the best way to make money. At some point, those Class A commissions will surpass it, and so that is a mid to late game goal for us. But for now, fishing is where it's at. Got an emperor salmon there. One tip for fishing is that you can, if you inch closer to the water, you only need to get the fish so close to shore before it reels in. So the closer you are to the water, the less distance you have to reel it in, which is just a way to make it a little bit easier. In the console versions of the game, it makes fishing for these golden salmon almost trivial, because you literally, as soon as you see that that's what's hooked, you just reel it in. Hey Joe, thanks for stopping in. We for the more up-to-date version with the more recent patches on PC, they made them a little more difficult, so you don't have quite the same ease of catching the golden salmon there. They're still not bad. And you still want to be a little careful, particularly catching the Goliaths. You always want to just like tap to start the cast, or start the catch, see what fish it is before you start reeling it in. Just to make sure that you're not gonna very quickly break your line on a Goliath. Ooh, an Emperor Goliath, too. That's a nice one. The cool thing about fishing is that I think anywhere you fish, you are turning a profit if you catch a fish. Even the most basic fish in the game, which I believe is a catfish, only sells for 15 gold, but the bait plus the cost of a milk from the farm store, which restores 6 stamina, which is the amount required to cast, is only 11 gold. So as long as you catch that fish, you are turning a profit. Now this particular pool is the most profitable because of these Goliath fish. They are the hardest ones to catch in the game, but if you can get them every time, then you will be a wealthy portion indeed in very little time at all. And that is the dream, or one of the dreams we're trying to live here in Portia. Oh, see, and I got too hasty. I reeled in too fast. Rusty iron pipe. I wonder if the rusty iron pipe can be used as a weapon. It seems like something that should be able to be used as a weapon. And like, it would actually make a pretty decent weapon too. But we'll have to see. So since we caught the king salmon, it's worth 5,000 gold. I'm now wondering, is there a king Goliath, and how much is it worth? Because that is something I'm very excited about. I mentioned earlier there's a wiki that you can use if you're looking for information or facts. I'll often refer to that once we get into the later parts of the game, and we have just more information than you can easily keep track of in your head. So things like, you know, say I want to craft a leather satchel. I don't remember which crafting station that comes from or what the resources for it are, but that's something I can look up pretty easily. But I try and play the game without relying on websites like that as much as possible and preserve that sense of excitement for finding new things and that sense of exploration. You know, that's one of the best parts to me to playing a new game. This is one of those king salmons. It's here again. We have to catch it. It's almost like a dolphin, except its tail is the wrong way. But that's what the animations remind me of. Oh no, 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 you're not getting away this close. It ain't happening. Golden Salmon King. That's insane. Another 5,000 gold fish on our second day of fishing. And what really gets me wondering about the Goliath, the King Goliath fish, is if it exists and how much is it worth? Is it even possible to sell it? Because here's the thing, the shops have a limited amount of gold. Most shops only have about 3,000. The restaurant has about 12. So if I catch this thing and it's worth 20,000, the most I could possibly get for it is around 12,000 gold, regardless of the market value, because that would exhaust the most valuable shop. As best I understand it at this time. Again, that information may be a little outdated based on the fact that it's from the beta, but getting lots of rusty iron pipes makes you wish they were useful for crafting, and they may yet be, but they've done a lot of work on this since it released. The version that released for consoles is actually a pre-release version from PC. The patch that came out with the game launch in January completed a lot of parts of the game that are not present in the console versions right now. And I think the reason for that is just that the consoles, it takes so long to get a game approved to be played on or to be released on console that the game was still in development when they applied for it. So they released they applied with the most complete version of the game that they had, and they had to strip out things like voice acting, which weren't all there. You know, so at that time the PC version had about half the voice acting done, and they finished that out for the launch, but since they couldn't wait for launch to try and apply to get the game licensed for the PS4 and the Nintendo and the Xbox, they had to just cut out the incomplete features and release without them. And now that they have been completed, they're, I'm sure, applying to push these updates out to the game, but they are not present there just yet. See how we're doing. So we're actually going to collapse here. It's all right. All right. We go. So today is Sunday. We'll have the fireside meeting tonight. We'll want to get our bridge built. We'll want to get our skivers built. I think we've been sort of gathering the pieces all weekend. Let's go ahead and get those bronze pipes cooking for the two skivers. We've got our bronze plate done. Let's go ahead and start on some of these constructions finally. So we need 2 bronze pipes. We'll get a 4th one going soon. For this one, we have our hardwood planks and copper pipes. So those copper pipes are also going to be a little tricky, but I think we have what we need for the bridge body. Let's build that. We need 5 plates and then 12 pieces of stone. So drop the plates in there and drop down the stone. And we have our bridge body. It is beautiful. Alright, let's go and we'll do the basic skyver next, since we are crafting the pipes for it right now. That'll take just a little bit more time. These crafts all look like they're going okay, but we're going to go ahead and get this one going on a little bit more bronze, just to make sure we have enough for whatever we need later on in the day. And then we're going to go steal from Higgins. I think this will be our last day for this stream. We may run over a little bit. These days tend to be a bit over 20 minutes. So this one started at about 45 minutes in, and we should probably finish this in about an hour 10. We will resume this stream tomorrow evening with starting our second week on Monday. That's Gracie barking in the background. Gracie, can you come here? I think she's jealous because our other dog, Lily, has some sort of toy that she is very selfishly holding on to. Looks like we have a little bit of mail. Researcher is done, and we have a civil furnace schematic. So that's something else we can work on building. Let's go ahead and see what that requires, just so we can start planning for that. The civil furnace requires 3 marble planks, shouldn't be too hard, 5 bronze plates, and 2 stone stools. So the bronze plates, I think, are going to be the fun task there. Let's go ahead and make sure we are crafting 1 more bronze pipe. And then, while we wait on those, we'll go gather some more resources. You can never have enough. Oh, cheers, Memory. Thank you for hanging out. Hopefully you had a good time and are continuing to. I found that games like this are always more fun to enjoy with friends, and so it's often difficult to find people with so many games on the market, so many things that we all like to play. It's often difficult to find people to maintain a real conversation with about some of the more obscure ones. Not that I would call this game obscure, but that we can share in it. Trade tips and suggestions, and learn things together, explore together is always more fun. Speaking of, I just noticed there was a chest over here in the animal shed. Let's go see what's in there. Always up for exploring. I wonder if there is more stuff around here. We get up on the roof. Yeah, there we go. It's not a real door. Oh, but there's another chest. Oh, and dried apple slices. I'll take it. Donald is out here. Let's talk to him. Old MacDonald. He sells livestock, sells chicks, meat, sheep, and cows. I'm sure we'll be buying those. We also see it's an 80% market day. Not a great day for us. Gracie, what are you barking about, puppy? Gracie's a new baby puppy that we got in December. She's not quite 6 months old yet. She is a good puppy, but she is still little. Still has a lot of that spirit that you see with young animals. Yeah, she does. She wants to play with the our other dog, who is 4 years old, just turned 4. She's a lab. Gracie's a golden retriever, some kind of golden retriever mix, mostly golden. And they are good dogs. But Lily is older and calmer and likes to sleep. Especially, so it was a beautiful day here in the South Central American Plains. And so we went for a nice long walk with the dogs today. And so Lily is exhausted, and Gracie, being a puppy, is still full of energy. So sometimes right here there's a large herb that we can pick. Alright, so we spent some of our stamina. Let our grinder cook a little bit. Finish that up. We needed some copper pipes. I think we needed 4 copper pipes for the rest of our bridge. And I think we wanted some bronze plates, but we're out of bronze, so we'll actually just hold off on that for now. And we're out of fuel. That was a shame. Hopefully they haven't been sitting empty too long. Alright, so with these bronze pipes, we can now make these basic tools. We needed bronze pipe and marble plank. So, marble plank, easy enough. Bronze pipe, and it is done. We'll make a second one just to complete that commission. And it is done as well. And we can finish up by building our bridgeheads. So these will take 3 copper pipes. I think we actually only started cooking 4 of them. We're actually going to want 6. So we'll go ahead and add those in. That'll be 5 hours. That'll be done right around 7:30, right as we're doing the fireside. So we will not have it done in time to bring the news to the townspeople at the fireside, but hopefully shortly after. And on Monday morning, we'll be able to start on our next big commission. I don't know what comes next. I know there are several more big ones coming up. The first spring is always a very busy time.
I think I can count
Go ahead
on
and
you.
chat, and then turn in the Commerce Commission for 720 gold. So we did use up some of our stamina. We'll go ahead and cash in for more. And today we'll do 60 gold. Why not? So I want to be efficient with my usage of money. That's an important part of this game. That said, we've made a ton of money from fishing. So we can come over here. I think it's only an 80 day, so it's actually down a little more from yesterday. But here's the deal. We can just sell this thing. And now we have all the money we ever cared about. And if we're really getting crazy, sell those guys too. And in particular, what I wanted to do with those is get some clothing. And try and change our look a little bit. Not that I don't like the whole alien t-shirt thing. It's actually something I might actually wear. But so the work clothes do require level 10. I believe we hit that mining yesterday. So we can equip those now. And that will give us 30 additional stamina each day, as well as a sleek new builder looking outfit. I think it's actually the Civil Corps outfit. To Petra.
Teacher Merlin has to be.
So I don't think Petra takes research on the weekends, sadly, or we would be able to start the next research. But what we can do is go back down to the farm. couple of these items along the way. And we can buy our workshop rather. I call it a farm because I've spent so much time playing games in which you inherit the farm, right? The workshop, and we can expand our workshop. So we can set up our civil cutter there. We can move our grinder to there. We cannot move our workbench by ourselves, but that's okay. We'll get there. And pick up 3 copper pipes and complete our first bridge piece, which also will require our hardwood planks. And then we can do the second one as well, hardwood planks, and we'll wait till we get the copper pipes. Once that's done, then we'll be in a good position. We can go ahead and let's make sure that this keeps cooking. There's so much that requires bronze and copper in the early game that, you know, having 2 furnaces dedicated to each, you'll still never have enough. You know, and that this is an example. We know we need 5 bronze plates, but we just didn't have the bronze to do it, even with 1 furnace running all week and a second running the last couple days. So let's, so the fireside's in 1 hour. We don't want to miss that. But we will go ahead and mine out some of these stones in the meantime. Just make use of some of the stamina, and then we'll go place that bridge. And probably head back into the mines because we have chopped pretty much everything that it's reasonable to chop with our current tool level. Guess we can chop down these smaller trees over here. Why not? But we have a ton of stamina left to burn. And we have it unlocked. So Amber Island, for example, I'm pretty sure has some very nice wood cutting and mining opportunities that we'll be taking advantage of here in the coming days once we get the bridge built. And that actually may not be a horrible idea. We're going to be heading out there anyways. So we'll see what we've got. Do a little bit of exploration. Make some notes in our field notebook for tomorrow. Let's check out this fireside meeting.
Good evening, everyone. We've been having lots of pandan sightings recently. I know they're cute, but still, don't go near them. They're dangerous. I've asked the civil coroner to try something to scare. We all know.
All right.
That infestation, other news.
Pan bats. Watch for pan bats.
We are in preparations for.
So it looks like the DD transportation system will be coming up.
What? How come I didn't hear about the bridge? When was this?
Oh, now I finally get to fish there.
All right, people are excited
Finally, we have a new builder in town this
about
week.
the bridge.
Outside the city gate. That's all.
And we're the new builder. Everybody's happy to see us. We're having a good time. Character ended up looking a little more soulless than I intended. Like, a little more demonic. But that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. And I believe we can change it later if we choose to. Sort out all of our storage stuff. Copper pipes are done. We can finish out our bridge. And just so I think the civil furnace is going to be our next one. We want marble planks, bronze plates. So the bronze plates are cooking. So I think we are okay. All of those look like they're doing all right. So we'll head out. The days end at 3 a.m. We may be out at Amber Island right up to it. We do have another place a couple more trees we could chop here. We'll get one of them. Why not? Now, if you enjoy fishing or you want to fish but struggle with the Goliath, this is, I think, the easiest pool in the game. Still reasonably profitable. Not nearly what you get from the waterfall. But I think it's probably middle of the pack in terms of how much money you make for time spent fishing there. At least of the pools that are available to you in the very early game. But it is the easiest pool in the game to fish from. So if you are just looking for items that you can offer as gifts, for example, to a cat, then it's a good place to start. Now, I want to say that all of these big rocks can be mined. Maybe not all of them. I thought some of them could. Of course, maybe I'm crazy. I cannot mine that one yet. Get some resin. Sea urchins down here. Alright, I guess I'm crazy. Can mine some of these items, though. Looks like we need a better pickaxe for just about anything we want to do out here. That's alright. We can chop some trees. Looks like we have an apple tree over here. It's not going to let us chop it. Okay, so this one can be mined, but not by us. Not by us, not yet. Alright, so the cave is still closed. Got some big trees back here as well. We have some coriander. Alright. Gather up some coriander, why not? Get some resin. There's a tree we can chop. And we are very rapidly burning up the day. We've only got 2 hours left at this point. I'm not sure even if we sprinted, we could make it back to our workshop for the night. So we'll just go ahead and try and burn through as much stamina as we can out here. And finish out the day like that. And that will do it for tonight's stream, I think, as well. So we'll be picking back up with this a little bit tomorrow evening. We'll do it at the same time, so if you are around, we would love to see you again. And feel free, if you know anybody who likes this game and wants to join in, to invite them along as well. We would like to, always like to have more friends. And it's especially fun when you have a game that you enjoy playing together, even if it's a single player game like this. We'll just finish out the day, spending all the stamina we can, trying to make as much use right until the end. We know we can't make it back to bed, so we'll just chop. Clear cut Amber Island. Oh, there's a chest right there. There you go. We got an aroma apple out of it. That's something. And there we go. That is the day. Alright, that will do it for tonight. Thank you all for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed yourselves. And we will catch you guys again tomorrow for our next episode of Living the Dream in Portia, in which we will expand our workshop, try and get some more big commissions going, and maybe start looking at relationships, or even in doing some more combat in earnest. So thanks for hanging out, and y'all have a good evening.